Let's speak now to David Roches, who joins us now live from Washington. He's an associate professor at the Near East South Asia Center for Strategic Studies at the National Defense University. Welcome to the program. We're expecting a possible accord between President Putin and Biden. How likely is this to calm tensions?
I don't think it will. I think it'd be more along the lines of what diplomats call a frank exchange of views. I think the only conciliatory note is Putin's fear that Ukraine will be invited to join NATO. I don't think that that's on the cards. I don't think that NATO really was moving towards that. And, so I guess maybe that will give him the possible pretext to back down. But I think that there will also be some very clear indications of unpleasant things that will happen, most likely enhanced sanctions against not just the Russian state, but more importantly, the oligarchs and criminals who help Biden, Putin extend his rule in Russia.
David, help us understand, why is the idea of Ukraine joining NATO so problematic for Russia?
Oh, well, honestly, I'm not sure that's the issue here. I think that's a smokescreen. I think that really what irritates Putin is the fact that he thought he was going to take Ukraine over, a few years ago. And he has, in effect, an endless war that he is subsidizing in the Donbass. He was successful with Crimea, but in the Donbass, this has just become a stalemate. And it is a running sore on his his vision for a greater Russia. It calls his entire being as a strongman into question. The specific question about Ukraine joining NATO, though, I don't really think that's in the cards, and I don't really think that's as much as a threat as Putin says it is, because usually when a country joins NATO, they actually decrease their military forces. But, it allows him to portray Russia as an encircled country by a Western conspiracy, and allows him to hearken back to the traditions of, going back to Ivan the Terrible, of the strong Russian leader who's repelling foreign invaders. But I don't think it's a credible fear.
And David, Putin's plan with Ukraine, is it to take over all of it or just a part of it? Help us understand that.
Good question. So there's a disagreement on that. I think that at a minimum he wants to deny Ukraine the ability to act as a sovereign nation. He has the view that every country that was part of the former Soviet Union is not fully sovereign, and that Russia should have the ability to dictate to it what its foreign relations and what its defense relationship should be. I think a little bit further, he wants to see any country or any part of any neighboring country that has a significant Russian population, either as an independent sort of frozen conflict, or directly incorporated in the Russian state, as he did with Crimea. So, I don't think he wants necessarily to incorporate all of Ukraine into Russia, but I think what he wants to have is the Russian parts of Ukraine, incorporated either formally or allied into Russia as a sort of independent state. And then I think he wants to see the rest of Ukraine be neutralized, where its foreign policy and its defense policy is, in effect, subordinated to Russia.
David, fascinating to speak to you, and thanks for clarifying so many questions there. A pleasure to have you on the show. David Roches.
Thanks, Maria.